The United States and Israel has been conducting strikes on Iran for about 72 hours now, and people are saying this is unconstitutional. Well, what the Constitution says is that the president cannot declare a war and Congress should declare a war. What's happening is targeted military strikes, not a declaration of war, so Congress is not needed for these strikes. That's the first thing. And second thing, if any of these people are willing to condemn presidents from Lincoln all the way to Obama and Joe Biden, then they should condemn them before trying to get on Trump. If they're not going to condemn these presidents and only condemning Trump, we know what side they're on, and they're just people who are trying to go against Trump just because it's Trump. So it's not unconstitutional and it's not illegal in any way. And people are saying that, uh, you know, for example, Thomas Massey again, who keeps saying all these lies, he gets it wrong. He's a congressman. He doesn't know the Constitution. Congress does not need to get involved in this because it's not a declaration of war. That's it. It's not a declaration of war. It's simple as that. It's military strikes. Congress is not the commander in chief. Trump is the commander in chief. He's the president of the United States. Thomas Massey is not. And if he's really trying to get to the point where he is trying to be the commander in chief, it's not going to happen by lying all the time, um, which he is, right? Because it's not illegal, and and if you want to say Massey is doing the right thing by condemning Trump, how? Well, we got the first thing out of the way, which is his main arguments is that it's unconstitutional. Congress needs to declare war. Okay, we just debunked that. It's not a declaration of war. It's military strikes, which is within Article 2 powers that the president has. Okay, end of story. Now, what else do you got? Your whole argument is blown because the whole premise of your argument is that the Congress needs to be involved. No, it doesn't. Okay, what else do you got? Right? That's it. It's not complicated at all. Um, and these strikes. So we've seen um we've seen people that I actually agree with a lot on a lot of things. For example, Matt Walsh. There's other people, there's like okay, there's the fake America First people, and then there's the people who um are Democrats, and then there's the people who are just anti-Trumpers. Okay, so and like woke right, that's saying woke right. Matt Walsh, is not a woke right. I do not think he's a woke right. I understand what Matt Walsh is saying. So Matt Walsh said he does not see how the strikes on Iran is beneficial to the United States. And he says the strikes on Iran should only happen if it's beneficial to the United States. I agree with him. I agree on his premise that the strike should only be conducted if it is um, beneficial to the United States. I agree. I think it's beneficial to the United States. Matt Walsh does not. And I don't know why. Because I think even Matt Walsh said that if Iran tried to do anything to the president, we should go and attack Iran because that would be an act of war if Iran did something. But consistently for almost 50 years, 40 to 50 years, Iran has taken hostage of Americans, killed Americans. Iran has chanted death to America. Iran has continuously tried to rebuild their nuclear program, even after the United States have stopped them or tried to stop them. And even recently, Iran is playing games with the negotiations. One day they're saying we'll negotiate. The next day they're saying they're not going to negotiate. I don't think Trump wants to deal with that, right? Trump does not want to deal with that. And also with Iran's proxies in the Middle East, they attack American sites and people. That it is in the benefit of the United States if Iran does not continuously attack America, right? So that's why I'm not understanding why he is doesn't think it's beneficial. Other than that, I think Matt Walsh is great. I don't think he's a woke right in any sense. I don't think so. I know he cares deeply for America. He doesn't care about really any other country but America, and he only wants things to benefit America, which I agree. But I guess there's a difference in definition of what is beneficial to the United States. But there's other people who are going against Trump for no reason, like Thomas Massey. The thing is, oh, it's unconstitutional, it's illegal. Well, no, it's not. So we got that straight. It's not unconstitutional, it's not illegal. Trump has followed all the rules within notifying Congress, uh, notifying the Gang of Eight. They've done all of that. There's nothing else he needs to do. It's not unconstitutional. Um, and and I said it's either we finish off Iran and never deal with the terror regime, or we let Iran do things, and then we continuously have to keep, taking out the nuclear program, for example. Just like we have to continue constantly do Operation what was it? Midnight Hammer. There's going to be then there would be smaller operations, hopefully not frequently, but infrequently to destroy the nuclear program, for example, like Operation Midnight Hammer. We don't want to keep doing that, right? We want to get peace. Peace needs to happen, and or if we get an Obama president again, then the president will just stupidly give cash. Not Trump, but if you get like an Obama president, we'll just give them pallets of cash again, stupidly. Right? That can't keep happening. So I think what Trump's goal is that he wants to finish off all this chaos. He wants peace, and that's his goal. And I don't think he would have done this if he doesn't think he's going to get peace, because he knows it'll affect the midterms. He knows it'll affect um, foreign policy in a great way, obviously. He knows it'll affect a lot of things. And I don't think he would do it recklessly, because he's not an idiot. He's not stupid. And President Trump is not stupid. President Trump, I don't think he would have done these things if he doesn't think he'll get peace. Right? We've seen that constantly with Operation Midnight Hammer. There's no way he would have done that if it risked World War III. There's no way. There's no way he would have done that. And he did it, and it was successful. It was successful. All the doubters, they were wrong. And I expect the doubters in this case will also be wrong. And do people think the United States shouldn't have gotten Osama bin Laden now? Do people think Lincoln was wrong for the Civil War blockade because he didn't use Congress that time? So there's a lot of inconsistency here, and also for the same people, a lot of the people who are going with here's the hypocrisy of this. The people who are saying President Trump is doing illegal war in Iran are supporting Iran. And these same people who are supporting Iran and protesting against Trump, they claim to love women and hate dictatorships. And yet they're supporting a country, the regime, that oppresses women and is a dictatorship. And like what nonsense is that? How can you take those people seriously, right? And Iran bombed a Palestinian hospital. Where are the protests? Where are the protests of this? Iran bombed a Palestinian hospital. Where are the protests? There's no protests because they're all fake. They are fake, grifting liars who just want to go against Trump. Why? If they really cared about people and peace and stuff, and these same people who actually claim to care about Palestine, why would they not condemn Iran for bombing a Palestinian hospital? It's stupid. It's stupid. And also, another good news, President Trump has completely taken out all battleships of Iran and has taken out 100% of the air defense. There are no drones left. Almost all of the Iranian planes are gone. And now all Iran has are like missiles. And I really hope peace will ensue because I don't want chaos in Iran. But if Iran constantly threatens America, what's going to happen? We don't want to go with Iran. By the way, people are saying, "Oh, this is a war. We don't want another war with Iran." President Trump does not want a war with Iran either. People who are supporting the Operation Epic Fury, which is the strikes going on in Iran right now, no one wants war with Iran. Absolutely no one. And what people don't understand is that Operation Epic Fury is so we don't have a war with Iran. It's to prevent war with Iran. We do not want a bigger conflict than what's going on right now with Iran. We want peace with Iran. That's the whole goal. Iranians are good people. They are. We don't want war with them. The regime is what needs to be taken care of because apparently they don't want peace with America. So that's what people need to understand. And I was looking at some posts, and there's one post like a few days ago saying Iran now wants to negotiate, and then there's a post from Polymarket saying breaking: Iran says it will not negotiate with the United States. Like that's the type of thing I'm talking about. Like what? What kind of what kind of like game is that? It's not. It's not. That's not someone. It's not something Trump wants to deal with. I think there's a difference between the Thomas Massey types, and there's a difference between the Matt Walsh types. Matt Walsh is not a woke right. He's a conservative. He's a Republican. He does support Trump, but I don't. But he supports America more than Trump, which is good. You should support your country more than a politician. That's fine. But we have different definitions on how to support America and what is right for America, and that's the difference. I don't think Matt Walsh is acting in bad faith at all. I think he's a good guy. Um, but the other people, like the Thomas Massey types, I don't know what they're talking about. I really don't understand. I don't think they act in good faith at all. Um, so, wait, there's at least a 50% approval rating for these strikes in Iran. At least 50%. There are some pollsters that are saying, even the left-leaning pollsters are saying majority of Americans support the strikes on Iran. And then there's some pollsters that are saying that's not the case. But even if you average them out, the median approval rating is like 50% across all these pollsters. It's actually pretty incredible. So at best case, it's a 50-50 agreement on the strikes on Iran. And speaking of polls, Thomas Massey did one. I think Cenk Uygur did one, and they got angry because their polls said, we should trust President Trump on the strikes on Iran. And they got angry about that. So there's things going on, and people are saying, "Oh, this is not what Trump campaigned for." Well, actually, Trump did kind of campaign on this. Trump has constantly said, even 2016, that he would bomb them. He would bomb Iran. He would say that, and people are saying, "Oh, he didn't campaign on this." Well, he campaigned on Iran not having a nuclear weapon, and making sure of that, and that's what he's doing, and it's not a war to begin with. So he's keeping his promises. So, uh, that's the good thing. And also, Israel. I think Israel is doing majority of the strikes on Iran, not Trump. I think Trump is letting Israel do mm, kind of the bigger strikes, and Trump are doing the more targeted strikes if Israel does need help on some of this stuff. But uh, I understand the idea that we don't want a war with Iran, but the premise is that this is already a war, and also this is going to lead into a war. And I think people need to have more faith in the person they voted for, and also pay attention to what this person campaigned on, which is that not getting Iran a nuclear weapon, which is what he's doing, right? He's not allowing that to happen. Trump said he is ahead of his time projections on the strikes in Iran. So he said, actually, I said that Trump would probably do the strikes for a week or a few weeks at least. Not it wouldn't be just 1 day or 2 days. It would be a few weeks. I said that before they even stated that. So great, I predicted right. Uh, he said he's ahead of their time projections, which means I think Trump said um, they would think 4 weeks or less it would last the operation in Iran. So he's saying it's going to be less than that now. So it's happening. It's not. So people are also worried. Oh, there's going to be like a forever war. No, it's not. First of all, it's not a war. So well, it's not going to be forever. It's not. It's not even going to be for 2 months, right? It might not even be for a month, right? It'll be extremely quick, effective, um, safe, right? It'll be. It's not going to be a forever war, and that's another thing people need to stop worrying about. It's not a declaration of war, and it's also not going to become a forever war, right? It's to prevent the forever wars. That's the whole point of it. The strikes on Iran are looking pretty effective, according to Trump, and also the things we've been hearing about and seeing. But like people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and all the Democrats and all the fake MAGA Trump supporters, all the fake Republicans, Thomas Massey, all these people need to either one, learn facts, or two, get over their hatred of Trump because they have Trump derangement syndrome. That's what they have. And I agree. If they were truly arguing in a good faith, I would agree, and I would understand the worry that they're having about getting into a war with Iran. But clearly, these people are not in good faith arguments. They're not doing good faith arguments. They're doing it just to hate Trump. That's the only thing. If it wasn't to hate Trump, then I would agree with them, like saying like, yeah, and I still agree with it. No, we don't want a war with Iran. That's still the case. But when you're not having a good faith argument, like it's completely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And pray for peace.